That was a train wreck. Uh-huh. They got worked over on face-offs. They got outshot to hell and back for the first 42 minutes and got totally bailed out by the power play. Uh-huh. Game of the year? Oh, absolutely. I could watch that on repeat for days. Hi, I'm Weston. I love talking about the Rangers, and I'm here to talk about Game 55 of the regular season, where the Rangers win in overtime 6-5 over the New York Islanders and get bragging rights over said Islanders in the Stadium Series game. This game, from start to finish, and for both teams, was a train wreck. The Rangers, I do not feel, played particularly well. The Islanders definitely did not play particularly well. Both goalies, despite giving up 5 and 6 goals respectively, had to make absurd saves. Like, there were 11 goals in this game. It ended 6-5. This could have been higher scoring. I'm dead serious. This very, very, very easily could have been something stupid like 9-8 or 10-9. I'm hand on my heart. Shesterkin and Sorokin both still had to make some ridiculous high-danger saves in this game. And it wasn't even like this goalie duel because they got both shelled. But I don't think it's fair to be particularly critical for either team about this game. There are things that you should be happy with, and definitely some takeaways you can take away from this, like who rose to the occasion. But this is not something that you are going to look at film at if you're either team. It's a super fun novelty game, and I love the outdoor games. I'm so happy the Rangers got to get back in one. They haven't in quite a while. I think it was 2017 was the last Rangers game that was outside. So it's awesome that they're back. I'm very happy about it. It was one of the most fun atmospheres and one of the most fun games to watch. It's one of my favorite games I've ever watched. There may be a little bit of recency bias in there, but it was great. But it was also outdoors as the sun was setting on a rink that was made 2 days ago. So you just can't be too sharp and critical about it. So unlike a lot of games where I look at that game in particular, but also overarching themes of players and the team itself, this game is entirely self-contained. And it gets started as well as it possibly could for the Rangers. On their first or second shot of the day, Erik Gustafsson fires one in. Sorokin gets a little piece of it with the blocker, but it slips past him. And the Rangers, like that, not even a minute and a half into the game, are up 1-0. And then the center ice puck drop. Because before the game happens, the Rangers make a couple of call-ups, and super cool, Matt Rempe is making his NHL debut for the Rangers in this game. First player in NHL history to debut outdoors. That is super, super cool for Matt Rempe, and he gets his rookie lap in such a cool atmosphere. Like, that's an awesome thing. And he gets to go out there after the Rangers take the 1-0 lead for his first ever shift, and Matt Martin, 1 second into Matt Rempe's NHL career, drops the gloves with him. Listen, I am not a professional hockey player, and I will not claim to be that. I have not played any games, and Matt Martin has played a lot of them. Dude, imagine after your team gets scored on, you decide, I want to make a statement, and you skate up to the rookie who, to that point, has never touched the NHL ice during a live game and going, all right, pal, it's time to go. My favorite part of the fight was when they just kind of stopped doing it. Like, they just kind of gave up equally, because that could have gone on for years. Like, Matt Martin is a veteran of this league and a veteran tough guy. I think he has like 3,300 registered hits in the NHL. And yeah, Rempe is making his NHL debut, but he's like 6'7", 250. That fight could have gone on. It could still be going on if they hadn't just been like, let's not. But man, for the first 2 minutes of this game, the vibes for the New York Rangers were immaculate. You got 80,000 people in the stands, the majority of which are Rangers fans, going absolutely nuts because the Rangers are up 1-0. And then this kid in his debut, first shift, first second, gets into a fight. And he doesn't kill Matt Martin or anything, but I think he probably wins the fight. I thought he had a couple better hits in there than Matt Martin during it. Like, vibes were perfect. And then the next 40 minutes transpired. And those vibes were not good. 4 minutes and 20 seconds into the first period. The Islanders have it in the offensive zone. They're passing it around. Scott Mayfield has the puck. And Erik Gustafsson, being outdoors for the first time in his entire life, just explores the space towards Scott Mayfield a little too much, pinches a bit, Brock Nelson gets a nice little lane, takes a shot from the pass from Scott Mayfield, and scores. It's 1-1. But it's okay. It's only 1-1, and then it was 2-1. So a few minutes after the Brock Nelson goal, it's 4-on-4, but the Islanders are about to get a power play. And Bo Horvat has the puck in his own defensive zone and just kind of starts skating with it. And you could tell that the Rangers were totally under the impression that he was just going to wait until they had the power play to do anything. And no, you can't do that. I love Keandre Miller. I love Jacob Trouba. This one's mostly on Miller, and I hate saying that. Just falls asleep. Completely falls asleep. On his side, Bo Horvat politely steps around him, gets in alone, fires one. Shesterkin can't stop it. It's 2-1 Islanders. This was I understand it was outside, and I'm willing to, but everything in this game away, pretty much. That one, you gotta at least take a little bit from that. You can't be caught that lazy about to go on a penalty kill. And because Bo Horvat has the understanding of how hockey works, not only do they get the goal to go up 2-1, they get a power play on top of it, and it's 2-1, and then 3-1 about 20 seconds later. Matthew Barzal has the puck in the neutral zone, carries in, pass over to Brock Nelson. He's tangled up with Ryan Lindgren, still gets the tip in off the pass from Nelson back to him. It's 3-1 Islanders. I understand that Ryan Lindgren was entangled with him. I would just like him to entangle him in a meaningful way. So the Rangers leave the first period getting outshot and outscored. It's 3-1 Isles, but you have 20 minutes to reset, to compose yourself, to come out into the second period with a fresh new outlook, and I'm just kidding. They would score a power play goal about a minute into the second period. Pierre Engvall with a shot tipped in by Anders Lee, and another defenseman that I love on the same pairing, Jacob Trouba. You know you can go, push him? That's a thing you can do. Shots at this point are 20-7. The score is 4-1. They've run them over in terms of play driving. They've run them over in terms of face-off, in terms of high danger chances, and obviously the score. The Rangers were getting killed. All you can do now for the last 39-ish minutes is just try to dig your way out of the pit. And they did. A little over 5 minutes through the second period, the Rangers are on a power play. Artemi Panarin has the puck. Vincent Trocheck is back to Artemi Panarin, but heading towards the goaltender to, I believe, go set up a screen. And Panarin shoots it. It tips off of Vincent Trocheck's stick and bounces into the net. It was a weird goal. Trocheck was turning around to look at Panarin, so he might have been expecting it. I'm not sure if that was some weird play they drew up or a total accident. I'm sure they will tell you that they drew it up just like that. Regardless, it's 4-2, so all right, starting to climb their way out of the hole. And as the second period continues, the Rangers start to look better and better. The offense picked it up a lot. Shesterkin made some great saves as the period continued along. Again, despite the fact that he allowed 5, Shesterkin had quite a nice game, if I do say so. But as it continued along, everything got better. And before the second period ends, Vincent Trocheck off of a rebound, picks it up, chips it over Sorokin, and the Rangers make it a 1-goal game. It's 4-3 heading into the third period. And then it was 5-3. 2 minutes into the third period, the Romanov goal. Now, to start it, Alexander Romanov has the puck, and he fires one towards the net while being defended by Ryan Lindgren. Stick gets up high on Ryan Lindgren. He was starting to go down, not much, but he was definitely in a defensive kind of half squat on the shot, and the follow-through from Romanov's stick hits him in the face. There was nothing wrong with that. That's fine. That is a legal thing. You are permitted to follow through on your shot. That is not my complaint. I didn't love his little shove to Lindgren that kind of led him into the boards. That I really did not like, but it happens. There's no call on it. And as Lindgren is holding his face off in the corner of the ice, it's a shot from Noah Dobson, and it's tipped in by Romanov to make it 5-3 Islanders, as Lindgren is just curled up in a ball over along the boards. And it sucked because, like, I didn't love the shove, but I don't even think you could call anything on it. I just didn't love it. The shot was clean. He's not that wide open if Lingrid was in the play, but he wasn't out of the play from some dirty penalty. It just sucked, and a little bit of the life left. But this is where we reach the whole storyline of the game, if you will, which is, I don't think a lot of the habits you can extrapolate out from this game into the rest of the season for the Rangers. But what you definitely can are the star players rising to the occasion of a very important game. And 3 players that we desperately need to rise to said occasion. So this is what I need you to understand about the third period, because after that goal, the Ranger beast was awoken. Shots were 37-20 when Romanov made it 5-3 Islanders. And shots finished 41-38. The Rangers got 18 shots in the time it took the Islanders to get 4 to cap the game off. They did not start great for the first 42 minutes, but they rose to the occasion for the final 20. But for a long time throughout the third period, the Rangers, despite getting chances, just can't get it into the back of the net. And then, with a little under 5 minutes left, the Rangers are on a power play, and Laviolette pulls Shesterkin to give them an extra attacker. The Rangers' power play, especially at the end of this game, was unbelievable. This goal was fantastic. They just kept peppering on shots. Sorokin kept having to make these big saves. And finally, a shot from Artemi Panarin with a beautiful tip in front by Kreider. His 28th of the year slips through, and the Rangers make it a 1-goal game again. It's 5-4 Islanders. In the waning minutes, the Islanders cannot stay out of the box. They take another penalty, tripping against Alexis Lafreniere. The Rangers are on another power play. They pull Igor again. It's a 6-on-4 power play. It's behind the net. Alexis Lafreniere, nice pass through some traffic in front to Adam Fox. Beautiful move. Fakes right, passes left, over to Mika Zibanejad. Impossible angle. One-timer. I said it when he got the goal, I believe, 2 games ago, that was when Mika Zibanejad woke up. His one-timer is back. An unbelievable shot by Mika Zibanejad to tie the game up at 5 with about a minute and a half left in regulation. And then overtime. Le piece of resistance for the Rangers on the overtime goal. Artemi Panarin had one of the most dominating 10 seconds of hockey I have ever watched anyone not named Connor McDavid have. It is a draw won by Bo Horvat. Artemi Panarin immediately steals the face-off win away from Matthew Barzal, and then it's pressured back to Noah Dobson. He tries to clear it. Artemi Panarin somehow gets a stick on it midair, settles the puck down, dekes out Matthew Barzal again, absolutely embarrasses Ilya Sorokin, fires a shot off of Noah Dobson, and then it banks off of Sorokin and back into the net that had been knocked off its moorings by Noah Dobson. But it was an imminent scoring chance. The net being on its moorings or not did not affect play. And only 10 seconds into overtime, the Rangers impossibly fight back from being down 4-1 and 5-3 with less than 3 to play and win it 6-5. So again, structural and technical things from this game I don't think should be looked at for long-term viability for the team. The vibes and the mental from the game, especially the end of it, absolutely should be. The stars on the team, the leaders on the team, rising to the moment at the end, you absolutely should feel great about. Mika Zibanejad, who seemingly has found his game again. I think he had 6 or 7 shots in this game. He was a force during this game. Chris Kreider, again, becoming that net front presence again. It had been a minute since he had scored a goal, but past couple games, he's had some beautiful tips. He's coming back, and especially... This has not been in question. Absolutely not. But Artemi Panarin, man. who's having the best season of his career, which seems impossible because he's had so many great seasons, so many over 100-point pace seasons, and he's blowing it out of the water. He tied his career high for goals, guys. There's almost 30 games left, and he's tied his career high. Like, he's gonna get 40. No question in my mind. Artemi Panarin has been unbelievable this season. And in this game, at the end of it, he had the power play goal off of Trocheck, so the assist on that one, but that was a big setup by Artemi Panarin. The second power play goal in this game, that was the Kreider tip, Panarin got the assist, again, but he was dominating that power play. It felt like he got every shot on that power play. He was driving the play of it. And the OT goal, just such an unreal shift. And I say shift, it was 10 seconds, but an unbelievable 10 seconds of sheer will from Artemi Panarin to go down there and score it and win it in overtime. He just loves beating the Isles in overtime. It's his favorite thing to do. It was a great game from the Stars, especially in crunch time. And those are the things that you should take away from this game and feel great about heading towards the playoffs. Because again, you're at game 55. You have got to be thinking about the playoffs and rising to the occasions, locking in, focusing, heading towards that. This game, yes, it started off not great. They got outplayed for a while of it. Kind of badly for a while of it. But when the cards were down, when they absolutely needed their star players to step up, they stepped up. And that is something that we have not been able to say in previous playoff runs. Obviously, this is a game in February. It's an afternoon game in February. That's not going to win you a Stanley Cup. But the mentality that Kreider, that Zibanejad, especially that Panarin demonstrated in this game, that's the kind of mentality that can win you a Stanley Cup. And that's why I feel good about this game. So following a huge comeback win, the Rangers get an off day tomorrow and are back in action Tuesday night at 7 p.m. against the Dallas Stars in Madison Square Garden. And I will not be here afterwards to talk about it, nor will I be here for the next few games. To make a long story short, I was given an unbelievable opportunity to go on a mission trip to Panama for 8 days. I leave Tuesday morning, and I'm going to get back at some point on Wednesday the 28th. And I love the Rangers. I love hockey. That is so totally going on the back burner while I'm gone. If I happen to catch a game, I will, but I don't expect that I'm going to see anything. I don't know how the internet is going to be there. I don't know that situation whatsoever. So it's incredibly likely that I'm doing absolutely nothing until at least February the 29th. And then I'm not sure if I'm going to do one long video or if I might just make a podcast when I get back with Evan and maybe even just upload that onto this channel to kind of give my thoughts for those 5 games. But that's definitely the second thing on the stovetop for the next week. And I ask that any and all of you give me prayers while I'm gone. Keep me in your thoughts. I've never left the country, to pull back the curtain and talk about personal things, so I'm a little bit, like, oh, this is a new weird thing that's about to happen, but I am incredibly excited and just unbelievably grateful and thankful that I get to do this. So until I return, that's all I have to say. If you enjoyed this video, please consider to like and subscribe. Thank you all so very much for watching, and as always, go Rangers.